Good morning. This is the regular monthly meeting for September 2021 for the Troy Community Land Bank pursuant to the governor's extended order allowing public meetings to be conducted online. Madam Chairperson, will you call the roll, please?
Heather King here. Suzanne Spellin.
Here.
Albert.
Here.
Brian Barker. Andrew Cooper.
Here.
Jeanette Nicholson.
Here.
John Cubitt.
Here.
John Carmelo.
Here.
Christina Maribel.
Here.
Patricia Riley.
She is in Maine.
Maine. Okay, so Patricia and Brian. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I'm going to turn over the meeting to Tony and Kate because of some of the, well, first of all, we don't have the June 30th meeting minutes to go over and approve.
He has not drafted them yet, so.
And I figure all three things on the agenda for discussion, the Legacy City Access Grant, the City Council approval of property transfers, and the acquisition of the Vesta properties, all of these can be summarized by Tony and Kate. And did anybody have an opportunity to go over, Tony sent out the North Central Neighborhood Redevelopment Plan, the overview?
I just looked through it real quick.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was pretty compelling.
It's
a lot of
in-depth.
information.
Yeah, a lot of information.
Yeah.
So Tony's gonna kind of go over all those items, and then we have, just for action today, we have to award 2 contracts for 791 River Street for the metal panel siding and the masonry veneer replacement. And I believe that's all we have on the board for today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just wanted to introduce Theresa Newton, who is from Positive Communities. She's one of our consultants working to help draft the Legacy Cities Access Program grant, along with Hillary Lemishaw. So I'm really indebted to Theresa for all the work and more so the support that she's been giving me to start getting that going forward. So thanks, Theresa.
Yes, thank you, Theresa.
Hi, everyone. I know some of you. Good to see you
Theresa.
again. And nice
Good
to
to
meet
meet
some
you.
other new people. I'm excited. It's a great program and it would be wonderful to get this going. So it's exciting. Great.
So we're kind of stuck right now. What we need to do is put together an RFP and release that so we can identify the best developers that we can partner with to be able to really complete the LCAP application and submit it to New York State Homes and Community Renewal. We can't really do that until we identify what properties are going to be in each assemblage or bundle. So we have had the city approve the transfer of 6 properties. Most of those would be part of an assemblage. We do own some properties ourselves right now that will be part of some assemblage. There are properties we are hoping to acquire, and we'll see how that goes. And we are waiting to get deeds back for 2 other properties on River Street. That should happen very soon, but we still need to have those. We need site control before we can release the RFP. And Kate, if I'm saying anything wrong, of course, I know you'll straighten me out. So at this point, Teresa's been kind of putting together the preliminary information. One of the great things that's happened is there are 4 properties that we are hoping to acquire from Vesta on River Street. 3 are buildings, 1 is a vacant lot, and it's a key vacant lot. And we sat down with the city because we had an issue with enterprise community, a potential issue with enterprise community funding to acquire those properties. And it's turned into a conversation where the city has brought Habitat, Troy Housing, other city resources to the table. And we've had 3 meetings so far, and the dialogue has just been such that the initiative for North Central has just expanded and expanded and expanded. So the city really took up our problem and not only is helping greatly to resolve it, but it's turning it into a much better initiative than we walked in the door with. So, you know, got to thank Monica and Steve and everyone else in the city who's been helping out with that. Habitat's been great. Troy Housing's been great. So far it's been just a good conversation among, you know, and interested parties / friends. So, Theresa, do you want to, well, does the board need any more backup information about what the grant's about? I know we talked about it in the past, but if you need a refresher, we can do that. So I'm not hearing anybody wants to hear it again. That's good. So Theresa, could you jump in and just kind of let everyone know where we're at? Because you know better
Sure.
than I do.
Yeah, I thought I'll share how it's going to go, how we're planning for it to go. As soon as we can identify these assemblages, we will start phase 1, which will be the marketing, planning, outreach, and I can send you this written as well if anyone wants to see the work plan, which will be reaching out. We already have 12 developers who have interest in working with the land bank to do this project. So clearly we're going to go back to them as well as soon as we have these sites and we're able to start the marketing. We have a marketing plan that includes a number of different groups that would reach out to minorities, contractors, and developers. So that phase 1 will be the marketing, and then we're going to do some Zooms and training of the developer to talk about how HCR works. It's not your typical development job, obviously, with CPC and HCR involved. Then we'll put, when the RFPs come back in, it'll come back to you guys for committee, selecting a developer. And from there, we're going to have to get into, you know, that application with HCR, which they've been great about saying that they'll go back and forth. It's not going to be a yes or no. When we submit an application, it's going to be, okay, here's what you need to tweak. And then, you know, we'll be able to move forward. And once the application is accepted and awarded, then the land bank will just sell these properties to the developers. And then as a board, probably your job will be much less, but it will be supporting what the developers are doing, which would be selling to first-time home buyers. I kind of put it in a big nutshell there. A time frame would be if we get started, you know, ASAP, we're still looking at an application probably the end of November. And my best guess would be 45 days for approval from HCR. And then, of course, you know, time to close. So, you know, you'll have the sites a bit longer. I know Tony's talked to the city about possibly holding on to some of the city sites, which would be great until that closing. But it's expected that the developers will take about 4 to 6 weeks to put a proposal together, because they have to get in for the site visits. They need to confirm their financing with CPC, put their numbers together. It's going to take some time, but the application, we're already working on it now. Hopefully we'll just get the developer in and put it through. So what did I miss? Anything that you guys have questions on?
No, I think I think it was a pretty good, quick and in a nutshell overview.
Yeah, I love the timeline too.
Yeah,
Um,
it's aggressive, but it's doable.
The one
I
thing,
think so.
the one thing Theresa and I have been talking about right now, because we don't have all the properties, you know, we don't have site control of everything, is whether ideally you want to have each assemblage to have as small a footprint as possible, so it's more impactful. Theresa and I are talking about, okay, maybe we can't get as tight a footprint with what we have control of now. So maybe we should just start putting an RFP together for what we do have control of, or some of what we have control of, and then go with a second application, you know, maybe a month or two down the road. So that's where we're at in terms of trying to figure out strategy right now. But yeah, I mean, the more we look at this, the more it seems very promising for for North Central. So if you'd like, I could pull up the map to show you basically how the discussions have rolled out. That's that narrative that I circulated like 2 Fridays ago. But if you don't want to take the time, then you have it to read whenever you'd like. So, and you could, if you wanted to go that route, you could always call me if you have questions. So, sounds like you guys want to call me if you have questions. That's fine.
I'm so impressed by this.
Yeah, it should be
Exciting.
very, very positive.
Yeah, and Kate, thank you too for your, I mean, there's been so many moving pieces to this. Between the varying agencies and just the foreclosure procedures, you know, COVID's impact on the court systems. It's just been, there's been so many moving pieces.
So I guess, does anyone have any questions about the Legacy Access Program? Legacy City Access Program.
Okay.
Great. Cool. Thanks.
So I guess we're gonna move to the resolution to award the contract
Hallelujah.
for the metal panel siding on 791 River Street. We have movements. 2 resolutions here.
Did we skip over the acquisition resolution?
Oh, that's the item,
I just saw that was an update. Is there a resolution for that?
yes, yeah.
Okay. Tony, can I have it?
It's in, yeah,
Is it in the email?
yeah,
You wanna-
it's in the calendar thing, but I can pull it
That's
up.
okay.
And I
There's
also, let's see, where's it?
It's the resolution to approve the acquisition from the city of the most recent council-approved properties, 871 River, 3346, 3236, 17 Park, 32 Glen, and 36 Dow Street. So it's a resolution to acquire those. And of course, you know, that's pending good title and any due diligence that we have to do.
Okay.
But we need board approval to move forward with that.
I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
What's your name?
Yes.
Suzanne Spellin,
Yes.
Albert,
Yes.
Brian Barker. Is he there?
Brian is there.
All right, Brian.
He raised his hand.
Oh, he raising it. Okay. Andrew
Yes.
Cooper.
That's it. That was a yes.
Andrew Cooper.
Yes.
Jeanette Nicholson was our second. John Cubitt,
Yes.
John Carmelo,
Yes.
Christina Maribel,
Yes.
Pat Riley is absent. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, next in front of us, we have the resolution to enter into a contract for the masonry, veneer removal, and replacement.
So we only received 1 bid for that, and that was from Bolton Construction. And the bid was for $39,000 even. So here's what's going on with that. The RFP calls for the contractor to basically remove the veneer that's there on the first floor, which is the north, east, and west sides of the building, and replace it with new masonry veneer. We're purchasing the veneer ourselves, and we've actually, I've signed a contract. The cost of the materials is $7,135.54. That should be shipped to us probably in a couple of weeks, maybe 3. So the overall cost to replace the veneer is $46,000 and change. And that's what came in for the RFP response.
I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I have a question. Tony, who's the name of the mason contractor? Is it Bolton? Or,
Yeah, the contractor would be Bolton Construction.
because when I open the Bolton attachment, it looks like it's for the metal panels.
He also submitted a bid. So what I sent you guys was all the responses that came in from both RFPs. Bolton
Okay.
also responded to the metal panel RFP. So that might be confusing to you.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to
Sure.
find it. That's all. Okay.
I can
Thank
pull it
you.
up if you'd like.
No, that's fine. I was just
Okay.
confused by the attachments. That's all. Sorry to
Do I have
interrupt.
a second? That's okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Suzanne? Albert,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yep.
Jeanette,
Yes.
John, Cubic,
Yes.
John Carmelo,
Yes.
Christina Maribel.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay. We're gonna move on to the next resolution, which is for the supply and installation of ACM metal panels.
So for that, we did receive 2 responses to the RFP. One was from Holland Commercial Exterior Specialists, and they bid $39,459. Bolton Construction bid $78,500, so much higher. And I should note that at the Finance Committee meeting, the Finance Committee did recommend that the Board award contracts, the masonry contract, Bolton, should I mention that earlier, and the metal panel contract to Holland. So George Brower from SEAT has really largely been coordinating the information needed for this RFP. I wrote it, but he really put the guts of the information together. He had been talking to Holland. Holland this is kind of what they do, so they're very highly qualified. And I doubt that there's probably anyone out there that we could find that would be better, even if they responded to the RFP, which no one other than Bolton has. So for $39,459, we should have Holland provide the materials, equipment, and installation.
So I just want to make a notation that on both resolutions, we need to replace Sharon's name with Albert. And also on the bid for the Holland, it says 39,349. So
I can catch that when I set it to Brian for signature.
What's that in the contract or the resolution?
the resolution.
Sorry, I must have used an outdated template.
It's
Well,
okay, Kate.
I'm sorry too. I reviewed it. I didn't catch it, so.
I think there was one that had me as a member also. I saw one resolution that had me as a.
I'll go through and,
Yeah, I'll revise it. We were doing this late yesterday because we only got the bids late
yeah,
yesterday, so I was in a rush to get it done. Just for the record, on this one too, it's the lowest responsible bidder happens to be Holland too. So I just want to point that out.
I will go ahead and make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian, Suzanne Spellin,
yes,
Albert,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yep.
Jeanette,
yes,
John Cubitt,
Yes.
John Carmelo,
Yes.
Christina Maribel.
yes,
All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Mr. Tavi, any other information?
Now, we had acquisition of Vesta Properties on the agenda, but Kate wanted to kind of not discuss that at this point because she's dealing with some legal issues that have to be kind of sorted out before we really get into anything, so.
Before we go on to anything else, or could we revisit? I'm just curious about the bidding so we got only one bid and then two bids. I feel like we don't get enough bids.
I'll tell you, for the masonry.
And I'm just curious what we can do, or is there anything, or is this reflective of construction issues now, which I know there are many?
I don't know. I can tell you for the masonry bid or RFP, I did a Google masonry contractors in the capital region and I emailed a good dozen contractors and then some other suppliers to say, hey, if you know any contractors, please pass this along. And we only received the one bid. I feel we gave them enough time to be able to put together a response. I think it was about 3 weeks. Maybe more time would have helped, but I kind of doubt it. It's not that complicated an RFP.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I'm not even suggesting there was anything. I just was curious if we were satisfied with that part of the process. And
I definitely would have liked to have more bids, but
yeah.
We didn't. I mean, we gave it a good try to get more, and what we got is what we got.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks. I just was curious. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's how it evolved.
Construction industry is really an interesting place to navigate right now. Between supply and demand and lack of labor and yeah.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Yeah. So Jeanette, get us the name of the guy that's doing work at your house right now. Yeah.
No. You guys might steal them.
Oh,
That's a fair response.
fair. Do we have anything else to update on?
Nothing on the agenda.
All right,
Tony,
so
I
when
think
is
you
our
need-
next, when is our next meeting? Oh, go ahead, Albert.
Tony, I think the community loan fund thing. You want to talk about that?
Oh, thanks, Albert. Yeah, that's not on the agenda, but
Yeah, we should be having a finance report at these meetings too. Do we have any financials to approve or no?
Well,
finance just met yesterday morning, so.
Okay,
I mean, I could do something real quick. We had reported at the end of August, reported a net loss of 67,000 on total revenue of 178,756. Same point last year, we reported a net profit of 18,733 on total revenue of 266,483. Primary revenue is primarily from Attorney General grants, and I guess we sold a property for approximately $81,000 at some point this year. Primary expenses, Tony's salary, attorney's fees. What else we got here? Professional services and engineering and administration fees. The loss is supported by, at the end of August, we had deposits of approximately
It was about 60,000.
yeah, about $54,000. So, any questions? We talked. Tony and I talked to the community loan fund about getting a line of credit and refinancing that loan we took out for supported by that, secured by that property with the high interest rates.
Yeah, I love it, Winnie.
So we should find out an answer about that next month. And they seem pretty positive about doing a line of credit for us, so.
Thank you, Albert. One thing I did remember, Tony sent out some emails about some of the projects that we've had in the past that we sold, the McClellan property,
Yeah, came out
with
great.
the photos of the after and also the Stewart's building. The donation that we had. Did everybody get a chance to look at the beautiful job that was done on
Yeah.
those? Yeah.
It was really
Yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna put them on Facebook. I've just been incredibly busy the last couple weeks, but I'm going to do that.
No, it's okay, Suzanne. It's nice to have some positive, seeing the positive impact. It takes time, but it's rewarding. And they did do a beautiful job.
One more thing, Tony sent out a report for the land bank's inventory, explaining, what's going on with it. So we're gonna try to update that on a monthly basis going forward. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to update that in time for each finance committee meeting. So it'll be circulated to everyone, but it will coincide with the finance committee meeting.
Thank
And
you.
Also, the marketing committee is going to meet soon. Again, I dropped the ball on that, but I'll get together with the members of the committee and we'll figure out a time that we can meet. So we can talk about, real estate agent and also marketing or, talking to the public about the projects that we're going to be doing.
Thanks.
Let me know when that is, Suzanne, because I have an idea.
Okay. So Jeanette and Andrew, I'll be emailing right after the meeting and with Tony, and we'll figure out a date.
Okay. If memory serves, I think we all need to do annual evaluations soon or now, or I don't know. Kate, are you the one to confirm that?
Kate, do we have any housekeeping things that we need to do?
No, that's January.
Is it January? I thought it was end of the summer. I don't know. Okay, never mind then.
We're on a COVID calendar, Andrew.
I mean, time means nothing. So I don't know.
Groundhog Day.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Okay.
Everybody raise their hand.
Yeah.
Guys, have a great week. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, Tony?
Yeah.
When do you want to meet about this budget thing?
He said he's free this
Hold on,
afternoon.
hold, I
can't do
gotta
it
stop.
exact-
I gotta stop the recording.
Okay.